belly update. I do have, okay, so you can't really, I'm not gonna be able to show you because these are like really high waisted and they're really hard to get up. But anyway, this is the belly at 33 weeks and a couple days. The baby is measuring ahead a bit. So yeah, these are like maternity biker shorts. I got them on Amazon. I'll try to link them below. They are so awesome. They come up so high. They're freaking awesome. And this shirt is just from Walmart, the men's section. It's got like the little dolphin, what do you call that? Oh. It's got like the little dolphin cut here, but I have like 4 of them now. They're like $8. I don't know if they have them anymore, but I'll try to see. But there I am. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my 33-week update, I guess. I didn't actually plan on filming an update at this point, but I went to a doctor's appointment in the middle of last week, and since I had that experience, I just thought I'd go ahead and give an update. I'm on the back porch, so if you hear birds outside, that's why. Sorry about that, but the dogs are out and everybody else is sleeping, so this is where I am. If you are new here and you want to stick around, go ahead and follow me on Instagram and then hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. I do upload every 3 days. All right, so getting into the update. I don't really have like a format that I follow for this. Mainly, well, there's a few reasons, but first thing is usually people say like how big the baby is around this time, how long they are, how whatever, but it's hard to follow those because everybody's baby grows differently. At my last appointment, or at my last ultrasound, the baby was measuring 3 weeks ahead. I do have another ultrasound this Thursday, which I'll do an update on at some point. I feel like those apps at this point, it doesn't really matter. Like they're not telling you how big your baby really is. You don't know how big your baby is unless they're doing an ultrasound, and then even then you still don't know how big your baby is because those can be off by a little too. The update on my ovary is that it's about the same size. It hasn't changed. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch one of the past videos about it. I do have a couple cysts on my ovary. That's all I'll talk about for now, but basically it's stayed the same, which is a good thing. We'd like it to go away, but it's better than like it growing. Symptoms I've been having around this time is I have that like SPD, symphysis pubis dysfunction, like pain, really bad. I asked the midwife about it, and she was like, yeah, it's not going to get better, and usually it gets worse with every pregnancy, so that makes sense. It's just some days are so bad, and the sad thing is that on days where, like last week, on days where we got up and worked out in the morning, it was worse throughout the rest, like that pain was worse throughout the rest of the day than on days that we didn't get up and work out in the morning. And I really don't want to stop working out, but I really don't want to feel that pain all the time. I literally just feel like I'm like wobbling around sometimes, and it just is so painful, and I never thought that it would get that bad. I was like, I could just deal with it, but it's so bad. That's been the biggest thing, along with congestion. I've been really congested, or like runny nose, but it's not enough like where I go blow my nose. There's not really much that comes out. There's a little bit running all the time, or it's stuffed up. I have Braxton Hicks all the time, even sometimes to the point where like I'm like counting how many I'm having in an hour because I have them so much. And I've like had 2 kids already, so I know that they're not like, I can tell whether they're real or not. And so it doesn't like freak me out if I have like 10 in an hour, but I have tons of them all of the time. And they say to like stand up and move around, but every time I stand up, I get one, like literally every time. So just kind of watching that. I've gotten some crampy type feelings every once in a while, but nothing too bad. At my last appointment, or the last ultrasound, the baby was breech still. And at my last appointment, she felt and she said she thinks his head's down now. But man, he moves so much, like literally so much, like more than my other kids ever moved. He moves so much. And so I don't know if he's like moving out of that position and then going back or moving out, whatever. But at our ultrasound this week, we'll find out. I say we, I'm the only one that's allowed to go. So crazy. I think that's it for symptoms. I'm just like super tired. Stuff is painful and super uncomfortable. The next thing I want to talk about is cravings and like what I've been wanting. So literally, I feel like all I've wanted lately is sugar. I want ice cream or Reese's eggs. Oh, Reese's eggs, I can eat like 12 in a day. No joke. It's so bad. Just anything that's like chocolatey or sweet. I want coffee, but if I have coffee in the morning that has like a lot of sugar in it or like sweetener or whatever, syrups and stuff, it makes me feel really sick. So that's the bad thing. I want a bunch of sugar. That's like all I'm craving is sugar. Cereal or something like something that's sugary, and then it makes me feel sick. So that really sucks. That's really it for like the cravings. It's just sweets, sugar, whatever. And let's talk about me physically. I don't know exactly how much I've gained for sure, but I think it's right about 29 pounds. With Mara, I gained 35. With Jay, I gained like 30 or 31. So I'm right about like to there. So I think in the last couple weeks, I've kind of stayed this, or last week or so, I've stayed the same. I'm trying not to weigh myself a whole lot because I just don't think it's good for me to do, and being cooped up in the house with all the food, that actually makes it like way harder than if I was out at work. But since we're working from home, it's been making things difficult. We are like going on walks and stuff, and then last week we worked out quite a bit at the beginning of the week, and then we kind of slowed up because Russell was doing some work in the basement and I just wasn't feeling it, so I only worked out like about half the week. And I don't know what I'm gonna do from here on. I think with that pelvic pain, I'm gonna have to really focus a lot on just like walking and some like a lot of upper body stuff, because I think it's the lower body stuff that is making that pain so bad. So we'll see. I hate the thought of like taking it easier these next few weeks and then having a baby and then having 4 to 6 weeks off of doing nothing. Like I feel like I'm just gonna like go to be a blob, which is what I already feel like. So I guess that's gonna be it for this part, but I am gonna include my like right after my appointment experience and just kind of explain what that experience was like during this whole coronavirus situation. So I'm gonna insert that clip here. Okay, so I wasn't going to film today or anything. I didn't plan on it, but I did have an appointment. Somebody's coming walking next to my car right now. They're about to get in their car probably. Yeah. So I did have an appointment. I am 32 and a half weeks-ish or so, I don't know, pregnant. So the reason I'm filming this is just to document how crazy this is. So yesterday they called me to remind me about my appointment, and they screened me now with the whole coronavirus deal, and they ask you all these questions to make sure you can come. Well, then when you get here, there's like all these signs on the door, you know, just reminding you social distancing, blah, 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 stay this amount away from people, yada, yada, yada. And nobody can come in with you. So if anybody comes with you, they have to stay in the car. On top of that, when you get inside, there's like X's on the ground 6 feet apart to make sure that you're not being within 6 feet of other people. And before you can walk in, like you walk in the first door and then there's like a second doorway. Before you can walk in there, they screen you again. The person with like a mask on and everything, they screen you again, and then they let you in. They tell you which receptionist to go to, or is that what they're called? And so then that person checks you in, and from there, instead of sitting in the waiting room, somebody immediately comes out and grabs you. Well, doesn't grab you, but gets you, takes you back, and then they hand you off to another person, and then that person took for my experience, that person took me back to a room and had me sit in a room and said, just wait here, the nurse will be here in a little bit. And so it was just so weird. And I just heard him outside. She was like, I grabbed your patient and put her in this room, but she told me not to sit down on the seat yet, or the bed thing yet, because she had just wiped it down. It needed to dry before, because when you clean things, it's supposed to dry to actually kill all the bacteria. Anyway, so very weird, but she said I put her in there so I didn't have to send her back out to her car. So apparently people are getting checked in and then they're sending them back out to their cars, so that they don't just have a bunch of patients in there. But everybody like had masks on and stuff. They did give me this little information sheet, like a bunch, like it's like all the questions you could ask about pregnancy and coronavirus and stuff. So super weird, very weird. It's like a freaking movie. That's what it feels like. It's so different than, like, I don't even know. It's so weird, so freaking weird. But so I did have that appointment. Everything was fine. The baby's heart rate was 140 beats per minute. And yeah, I guess she said my uterus looks right about, where it should be. It's measuring a little bit bigger, but not like anything out of the ordinary. I do have an ultrasound next week. So yeah, I asked her about the like pain in my pelvis, and she said, yeah, it gets worse with every pregnancy. So that's great. And it's not going to go away until I deliver, or maybe not even then. So nobody knows. But yeah, so since I'm out, I do have some cash that I need to take to the bank. So I'm just going to go to the ATM and deposit. They have a little deposit thing. I'm going to deposit through. And then I'm going to go back home. So very, very weird stuff these days. Yeah, so super weird experience, to say the least. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and then make sure you hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video, and we will see you next time.